Hello guys! Lately I've been spending a lot of time making jar lights. If you're interested to see how any of these are made, please just mention in the comments and hit subscribe. I would gladly make a video to show you how I made them. I'd like to go over some of the jars now that I've already got finished. Firstly, I have a whole bunch of Eevee evolutions. I got the shiny and the regular versions of each. These were done just with tissue paper and glue with a little bit of paint. They're made out of baby food jars, and I actually have fairy lights wrapped up inside of them to make them glow. They're the only lights small enough to actually fit in the jars. This one here is made out of Copic marker as well as hot glue, and it's got some tape around the edge to help the Copic marker stick as well, finished with a gloss coat. These ones are done with a mixture of glue and paint. Originally, with these unicorn jars, I had them as a dark shadow, but I figured unicorn should be white, so I ended up cutting away some of the glue mixture with an X-Acto knife. And then on the inside I painted a mixture of glue and white paint, very little white paint to create the very bright see-through look. Basically, the more glue per paint ratio will cause a more see-through effect with the lighting, and having too much paint would make it very difficult to see through at all. These are my underwater type jars. They're also done with a mixture of paint and glue. These are my How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World jars. The caves are done with a high amount of paint to create a non-see-through look, whereas the background is a mixture again of glue and paint. To create the star look, I ended up poking some holes in the black paint, which causes it to cast beautiful stars. These mermaid jars, you can see a little bit what I mean about glue per paint ratio. The first ones are very see-through, whereas the second ones are less see-through. It's because the first ones I did a lot less paint per glue ratio. With these leaf jars, again it's glue and paint. I used actual leaves to create the imprint of leaves on the jars, and then I went over them with some copper paint and some gold paint just to make them stand out and look better. These are my koi fish jars. Again, they're tissue paper with regular paint. These are my dragon egg light jars. With these I used a sticker to cut out the scaling effect, which I placed on the jar and then covered with spray paint. These typically I put a changing color light in, but they actually work with candles as well. This Vulpix jar and these three green that I haven't completed yet are just tissue paper and glue with some paint. And then lastly I have some flower jars. These are done just with some flowers that I got from Dollarama and hot glue. Some of the favorite jars that I've done in the past I'm just going to share with you now too. I have some Disney silhouette jars. I call them sunset silhouettes because the color changes behind them and it looks like the sun's setting. Same with the rodeo ones. Here I have a dragon jar that's done with a black spray paint that I've scratched away to cause the lighting effect. These orca whales I did for somebody's wedding. I think they turned out quite nicely. Alright, so if you have any questions or would like to see how any of these jars are made, again, please just message in the comments and follow me. I'd be very happy to show you how they're made.